Hello and welcome to the second tutorial. This tutorial will look at setting up the data file. The last tutorial finished looking at the two views within SPSS, data view and variable view. To begin setting up your data file, we will need to use the variable view tab, which you can see we're in at the present moment in time. Within the variable view tab, you can see that there are a number of options at the top of the screen. Name, type, width, decimals, label, etc. Each one of these options has a specific function which we'll look at in turn. The first column, entitled Name, is self-explanatory. This is the first step to setting up your data file from your questionnaire. Each question on your questionnaire will correspond to a different variable or name within the data file. Other than letters or numbers, SPSS only permits certain special characters in the name column. Spaces are not allowed. So you can separate your text using an underscore or just leave it as one long word. It is also important to give each questionnaire an ID, i.e. number all of the questionnaires that you wish to input, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, however many questionnaires you've got. Thus, questionnaire ID can be your first variable or name. The column next to name is type. If you click within the type column, another window will open up, asking you to identify what type of variable you want the questionnaire to be. The two main types of variables that you will use are numeric, i.e. dealing with numbers, and string, which will deal with more sort of open-ended questions, but they can take numbers and letters. For our purpose, ID is a numeric variable, as you will be typing in a number into the data view. Within this window, you can also select the width of the cell and the number of decimal places required. The width is fine at 8, however you may want to use the decimal places box to 0. And then OK. You can see now that the width box has remained at 8, but the decimal box has reduced to 0. The next step is to look at the label column. This column will determine what you see when you undertake the analysis, so it is best to give as a detailed description of the question as possible so you understand your analysis. For example, for the row entitled ID, you could expand this in the label column to be questionnaire number. Now, to understand how the values and missing columns work, we'll need to look at our first question from the accompanying questionnaire, which brings us on to the third tutorial.